As promised, today I'm going to discuss how to clone a hard drive to a solid-state drive or another hard drive. This process prevents you from having to reinstall Windows and all of your apps when you purchase a new drive. Let's jump in. To clone your old hard drive, the first thing you need to do is get both drives connected to a computer. It doesn't have to be the computer that the hard drive is from. There are two ways to approach this. If you have a PC on hand, it makes the process much easier. Once you remove the old hard drive, as I demonstrated in my last video, connect it to an open SATA connection on your PC. I would recommend finding a tutorial on ifixit.com for how to replace the hard drive on your specific device. Connect the new drive in the same manner. If you do not have a PC or do not have any open SATA connections on your PC, you will have to buy a USB to SATA connector. These cost less than $10 and can be useful in many situations. I will leave a link in the description for a connector on Amazon. If you choose this method, do not remove the old hard drive from the laptop. Simply connect the new drive to the laptop using the USB to SATA connector. Once both drives are connected to the computer using either method, you need to initialize the new drive. Right-click the Windows button in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen and select Disk Management from the list. Once opened, a pop-up should appear saying you must initialize the new disk. Ensure that the checkbox next to the disk drive is selected and the bubble next to GPT is selected. GUID partition table is a newer standard and is recommended for your drive. Once you click OK, you should see both of your drives appear in the list. Your new drive should say unallocated, as it has not been formatted, and you should see partitions in your old disk drive. That is all that has to be done in disk management. Now we need to download and install the free edition of Macrium Reflect to actually clone the drive. To do this, go to macrium.com/reflectfree and click the Download for Home Use button. You will have to enter your email address to receive the download link. The email that is sent to you will provide a registration code as well as a download link. Click the link to download the installer. Once it has finished, open the installer and follow the instructions to install the program. Once that is finished, ensure the Launch Now option is checked and click Finish to open Macrium Reflect. A very similar interface to disk management will appear. Your new drive will be mostly grayed out, while the old drive will have multiple blue squares that represent partitions. Select the old disk drive and click Clone this disk below the partitions. A window will appear with the old drive on top and a link that says Select a disk to clone to. Click the link and select your new drive from the list. Drag each of the partitions from the old drive to the new drive. It is very important that you move the system partitions first, especially if you are downgrading in size. Otherwise, system files might be cut out of the transfer. Since I am moving from a 1 TB to a 250 GB drive, I made sure the last partition I moved was the Windows D partition that held all of my personal files. Double check the operations list to make sure nothing is out of place. Then click the Finish button and click OK when a pop-up window appears. The process of cloning the drive is lengthy, especially if you have a lot of files, so don't plan on using your computer for a few hours. Once it is finished, the cloning is done. If you are using a PC to clone the drives, disconnect them and move the new drive to your laptop. Do note that this can be done on your PC as well. It doesn't have to be a laptop drive. Insert the new drive into the slot in your laptop or PC and put it all back together. If you are using the USB to SATA connector, disconnect the new drive from the USB port. Then you are able to shut the computer down and replace the old hard drive with the new one. Again, you can use my previous video as a reference on how to do this. Once the new drive is installed, you should be able to boot up your computer without changing any settings whatsoever. If you are upgrading from an old hard drive to an SSD, you should immediately notice the difference when your computer boots up. Anyway, thanks for watching this technically production. I will be releasing an additional video where I discuss traditional hard drives and solid-state drives in depth, so make sure to check back for that video.